seeing his father, the man he had an affair with. The daughter was just about to take off her clothes to please him, but in the next second, her mother, hearing the noise, came over to check. After personally killing his wife and daughter, he then rushed straight to his son's room, but his father shot him without hesitation. Now he was the only one left in the family. He pointed the gun at his own lower body, and the reason he did all this was because he had an incestuous relationship with his own daughter. He never expected their secrets to be seen by one of his daughter's classmates. The next day, Charlie made the shocking secret public. He even humiliated his daughter in front of the whole school. When the prideful father found out the secret was exposed, he decided to wipe out his entire family, but he didn't expect his son Jerry would survive. In the blink of an eye, 18 years passed. Jerry had grown into an adult. Through his own efforts, he uncovered the truth behind his father killing the family, and he blamed everything on Charlie. He swore to make Charlie pay. Meanwhile, Charlie noticed a beautiful woman. When he tried to approach her, he was suddenly kidnapped. When Charlie woke up, he found himself locked in a room, and completely naked. All he wanted was to escape, but when he reached the door, he realized it was made of solid steel. He understood he was imprisoned, so he screamed for help, but no one answered. Thankfully, food was delivered on time every day, but what drove him crazy was that every single day, he was given only fried dumplings and a bottle of ergote liquor. After eating the same thing for a month, Charlie was on the verge of a breakdown. Luckily, there was a TV in the room, which helped ease his boredom, but strange things kept happening. Gas would spray out from the vent, then someone would take his saliva and hair samples, even mysterious stains from his pants. When he woke up and turned on the TV, he saw news that his wife had been raped and murdered. What shocked him even more was that he was named as the killer. His daughter had been sent to an orphanage. Charlie could no longer hold back his pain, but he had no chance to explain himself. He had no idea how long he would be locked up. In despair, he smashed the mirror with his fist, planning to cut his wrists. But when he woke up again, he realized someone had saved him, and even given him a haircut. Years passed again. Charlie went from a young man to an overweight middle-aged man. Only after watching the TV did he realize 5 years had gone by. A lot had happened in those 5 years. His daughter had grown up. She gave him hope to live. From that day on, Charlie began writing letters to his daughter. He slowly quit drinking, and even started working out every day. He carefully thought about everyone he had ever offended. All the hatred from over a decade of illegal imprisonment. When he got out, he would make them pay. To escape sooner, Charlie went to the only place without surveillance, the bathroom, and began digging a tunnel. After several more years, he finally crawled out through the hidden passage, but then he realized he forgot to take the letters to his daughter. He had no choice but to go back. At that moment, a program was playing showing his daughter being interviewed. He was completely absorbed in watching it, not realizing gas was being released again. He passed out once more. A few days later, he was stuffed into a suitcase and dumped in the wilderness. The letters to his daughter were placed beside him. His pockets were filled with cash. The moment he turned his head, he saw a familiar figure from behind. Charlie immediately chased after him. It was because of this person that he had been imprisoned for 20 years. But when he stopped the person to ask why, a young man punched him in the face. That completely enraged him. He had already mastered fighting skills. After knocking them all down, he went after that person again, only to realize it was actually a middle-aged man. Charlie shouted, asking where she was. A volunteer named Anna nearby rushed over to break up the fight. Helpless, Charlie had to think of another way. As he was about to leave, Anna handed him her business card, saying he could contact her anytime. Charlie took the card and left. Then he found his childhood friend Jeff. Jeff was shocked to see him. After talking, Jeff learned Charlie had been imprisoned by a psychopath. When Charlie asked Jeff to help him find who locked him up, the phone suddenly rang. It was the mysterious captor. The man mocked Charlie wildly, telling him to think about why he was imprisoned. If Charlie could figure it out, he would see his daughter again after 20 years. To uncover the identity of the mysterious man, Charlie began investigating everyone he had offended. But after searching for a long time, he found no clues. Charlie fainted from stress, because he was accused of killing his wife. Jeff didn't dare take him to the hospital. At that moment, Jeff noticed the business card on Charlie, and called the number. To his surprise, Anna came. While Charlie was unconscious, Anna read the letters to his daughter, and learned about his 20 years of imprisonment. When Charlie woke up and saw her reading them, he immediately grabbed them back, but Anna said she was willing to help him find the mysterious man, to uncover who he was. Charlie went to Chinatown, deciding to start with the dumplings. After trying dumplings at more than a dozen restaurants, he finally tasted the familiar flavor, but he didn't leave right away. Instead, he waited for someone suspicious. Soon, a man named Bob entered the restaurant, and quickly picked up a takeout order of dumplings. It was clear he was a regular customer. After Bob left, Charlie followed him. They soon arrived at a destination. Charlie grabbed a hammer, and followed closely behind. While Bob was entering the password to open the gate, Charlie knocked him out with one blow, then quickly pulled the gate shut. He pretended to be a delivery worker and entered the registration desk. As soon as the man looked up, Charlie shot him in the head. When the director noticed the delivery man was late, he stepped out to check, but Charlie knocked him unconscious. When he woke up again, he was tied to a table. At first, the director refused to talk, but he underestimated Charlie. After brutal torture, the director confessed he was only the manager of the prison. He never asked who the clients were. He only knew the client paid to imprison Charlie for 20 years. Just then, a guard sensed something wrong, and triggered the alarm. Charlie pushed the director out of the room, and used him as a shield, then seized the chance to escape, but guards blocked his way. He grabbed a hammer and fought them. At that moment, he fought like a warrior. He forced back over 100 men. Bodies were scattered everywhere. Just as he let his guard down, someone attacked him from behind. He staggered to the door. Dozens more rushed in. When the gate opened, the place was filled with corpses. He pulled out the knife from his back, and crawled outside. Two strangers appeared, saying the real game had just begun. They dropped him off at Jeff's door. Jeff had no choice but to call Anna again. After she treated his wounds, Charlie understood he was dealing with someone ruthless. He didn't want Anna dragged into it, so he pushed her away. Then he went to Jeff's bar. At that moment, the mysterious man called again, but the call was disconnected, so Charlie called back. To his shock, the phone rang behind him. Charlie grabbed his knife and rushed forward, but he was easily subdued by Jerry's female bodyguard. Several guns were pointed at his head, but Jerry didn't plan to kill him. Instead, he wanted to play a game. If Charlie won, he could see his daughter, and receive 3 gifts. First, a tape of his ex-wife's murder. Second, Jerry's written confession. Third, valuable diamonds. In the end, Jerry would kill himself to atone. The rules were simple. Within 2 days, Charlie had to answer 2 questions. First, who Jerry really was. Second, why he had been imprisoned. If he refused or failed, his daughter would die. Charlie had no choice but to accept. He went to Anna's house. He held her tightly, not knowing everything was being monitored by Jerry. Just then, Charlie's phone rang again. They realized Jerry's ringtone was their old school anthem, so they went to the principal's house. Charlie quietly entered the study, and discovered Jerry had been his high school classmate. After that, they decided to go home. Because the school was closed, Charlie took a photo of Jerry, and sent it to Jeff, but Jeff didn't recognize him at all. Later, Charlie and Anna were alone in a room. After holding back for 20 years, he couldn't control his desire. They fell into each other's arms, and made love. Everything happening at that moment was being watched by Jerry. Jerry smiled in satisfaction. Meanwhile, Jeff kept digging, and finally found something. He discovered Jerry had an older sister, the same girl from college people used to mock. Hearing someone insult his sister, Jerry lost control. He went straight to Jeff's bar, and put Jeff in a chokehold. At the same time, Charlie and Anna were in the school archives, investigating Jerry's identity. After carefully reviewing the records, memories from childhood resurfaced. Jerry had exposed the scandal between his sister and their father to the entire class. The father, overwhelmed with shame, killed his whole family. But unexpectedly, Jerry survived. Charlie believed Jerry was taking revenge for that incident. When they left the school, there was a severed tongue in the car. It belonged to Jeff. Knowing everything now, Charlie prepared for the final battle. He went to the 20th floor, Jerry was clearly waiting for him. Charlie's eyes were full of killing intent. The female bodyguard fell before she could speak. Jerry pressed a remote. Charlie's daughter appeared on the screen. According to the rules, Charlie had to answer Jerry's question. Because of that scandal, Jerry's sister suffered terribly at school. And it all started because Charlie spread rumors. Their family could have lived happily. That was the reason he imprisoned Charlie. Jerry handed over the diamonds. But Charlie only cared about his daughter. Jerry led him to the basement. But Charlie said it was just a stand-in. A carefully planned lie. When Jerry revealed the truth, Charlie was stunned. The woman he had grown close to, Anna, was actually his biological daughter. That was Jerry's ultimate revenge. Jerry finally felt released. He raised the gun and ended his life. In the end, overcome with shame, Charlie returned alone to that prison.